Welcome back to my channel, the go-to spot for financial enlightenment. In today's deep dive, we're exploring the mindset and behaviors that distinguish the financially savvy from the rest. The differences between the rich and the struggling aren't solely about the digits in their bank accounts. It's majorly about habits, choices, and perspectives. Have you ever pondered what underlies the success narratives of wealthy individuals? Join me as I unpack the 10 pivotal practices that some fall into, which those flourishing financially purposefully sidestep. 1. Living beyond their means. One of the pronounced disparities between the wealthy and the financially challenged is the mastery of money management. Living beyond one's means is like digging a financial hole that keeps getting deeper, and the more you dig, the harder it is to climb out. Imagine a financially challenged individual earning $3,000 monthly. The allure of spontaneous shopping sprees, regular dining out, and splurging on the latest tech gadgets makes them consistently spend $3,500, relying on credit cards to cover the shortfall. Now, visualize a wealthy counterpart with an identical $3,000 monthly income. Instead of giving in to every retail temptation, this person meticulously plans out their expenditures. A designated amount is allocated for essentials, a separate portion for leisure, and a dedicated slice for savings. While one's approach sinks them into debt, the other's wise spending promotes wealth and financial strength. In the end, the path to financial prosperity isn't just about how much you make, but also hinges on spending judiciously and living within or below your means. 2. Not investing in themselves. Now compare this to another individual. One of the glaring differences between the wealthy and the financially challenged lies in their perspective on self-improvement. Imagine a financially challenged person who comes across opportunities for personal development, such as impactful courses or transformative books. They frequently dismiss these chances as too pricey, failing to see the long-term advantages, and subsequently losing out on enriching their knowledge or enhancing their skills. Contrast this with the approach of a wealthy individual. When presented with similar opportunities, they perceive each as a golden ticket to personal and professional growth. Instead of being deterred by the immediate cost, they focus on the potential returns. Deepened expertise, polished, and doors open to new opportunities and avenues in life. By consistently placing a premium on personal growth, the wealthy individual fortifies their path towards potentially higher income streams and career advancements. Taking the plunge into personal growth can unlock opportunities that many might miss, steering one towards continued financial growth and holistic development. Faced with the same opportunities, they view each one not just as a purchase, but as an invaluable investment. In the grand scheme of financial well-being, the most impactful investments are often those we make in ourselves. Investing in personal growth opens doors to unique opportunities, paving the way for financial success. 3. Avoiding risks entirely. Picture a financially struggling person who, apprehensive about potential setbacks, decides to keep their entire fortune locked in a savings account. Fear of the stock market's risks drives them to the safer, modest returns of a savings account. Contrast this with the mindset of the wealthy. Instead of being deterred by the unpredictability of financial markets, they equip themselves with in-depth research and profound insights. This preparation empowers them to diversify their investments, spreading their capital across various assets, aiming for an optimal balance between risk and reward. With every astute move, they position themselves for potentially higher gains, harnessing the magic of compounding over extended periods. Being overly cautious can prevent you from realizing your finances' full growth potential. 4. Not setting clear financial goals. Imagine a person struggling with their finances, setting out on a journey with no clear endpoint. Like a ship without a compass, they drift aimlessly, their spending decisions scattered, devoid of any larger financial vision or strategy. This lack of direction often leads to missed opportunities and avoidable financial pitfalls. In contrast, envision the mindset of the affluent. Rather than approaching their financial journey with ambiguity, they arm themselves with defined goals and a solid plan. Instead of just wishing for a vague sense of financial security in the future, they chart out specific milestones. It could be diligently saving a set sum every month, exploring investment opportunities that align with their risk tolerance, or setting a deadline to own their dream property. By having concrete financial targets, They not only carve a more straightforward path, but also supercharge their motivation, making the road to financial prosperity less daunting and more rewarding. 5. Lack of financial education. Imagine someone who's convinced that wealth is a product of sheer luck or inheritance, thinking that fortunes are reserved for the select few born under the right star or those who chance upon a winning lottery ticket. This mindset keeps them from proactively seeking ways to amplify their earnings or protect their savings, leaving them vulnerable to common financial pitfalls. Contrast this with the mindset adopted by the affluent. Instead of relying on myths or misconceptions, they're committed to continuous learning, understanding that knowledge truly is power when it comes to finances. They invest time to grasp financial principles, seeking out resources, courses, and experts to enlighten them on best practices. By continuously expanding their understanding, they uncover strategies to maximize their earnings, save efficiently, and invest wisely. A solid financial education doesn't just protect them from making ill-informed decisions, it equips them with the tools and insights to create and maintain wealth. Remember, building wealth isn't always about having a head start. Sometimes it's about making the right moves with what you have. 6. Not tracking expenses. Picture someone at the close of each month, scratching their head, puzzled about where their salary vanished. Many spend their paychecks without tracking outflows, often wondering why they're short on funds despite decent earnings. In contrast, the financially astute adopt a different approach. Instead of letting their expenses run wild and unchecked, they make it a habit to diligently record each purchase and financial commitment. Whether it's a daily coffee, a utility bill, or an impromptu shopping spree, they're always aware of their spending patterns. This mindful tracking highlights wasteful spending and allows adjustments to align with financial goals. By closely monitoring expenditures, they purposefully direct their earnings, making informed decisions and moving closer to their financial goals. In the world of finance, what gets measured gets managed, and tracking expenses is a fundamental step towards taking control of one's financial destiny. 7. Making emotional financial decisions. Consider a financially challenged individual who lets their emotions dictate their wallet's comings and goings. A stressful day at work might lead to retail therapy or an expensive night out to de-stress. This approach can quickly result in hasty purchases that may not be necessary and often come with the dreaded buyer's remorse. Contrast this with the approach of the financially savvy. Rather than letting emotions dictate spending, they set a waiting period for major purchases. By taking a cooling-off period, they ensure choices are based on careful thought, not fleeting emotions. Incorporating such a pause helps differentiate between wants and needs, resulting in more deliberate and well-thought-out financial decisions. A disciplined approach, free from the whims of emotional highs and lows, is a hallmark of those who consistently grow their wealth. 8. Not building multiple income streams. Consider a financially limited individual who places all their eggs in one basket, depending solely on a single paycheck to meet all their financial obligations and desires. This approach can be precarious, as any disruption to that one source of income can lead to immediate financial distress. In contrast, the financially astute don't limit themselves to just one avenue of earnings. They constantly explore and nurture multiple income streams. Whether it's taking on side hustles, diving into investments, or setting up passive income opportunities, they understand the value of diversification in income. By actively seeking and cultivating varied income avenues, one can achieve a level of financial stability and growth that a single income source seldom offers. In the journey to financial abundance, diversifying income streams is a strategy that often distinguishes the affluent from those constantly playing financial catch-up. 9. Avoiding networking opportunities. Consider someone who remains financially stagnant, frequently bypassing industry events, conferences, and social gatherings, brushing them off as mere distractions or non-essentials. This mindset often confines them to their current circumstances, unaware of the myriad of opportunities they're missing out on. Contrastingly, the economically savvy recognize the immense value in building and nurturing relationships. They're frequently seen mingling at industry events, joining discussions at conferences, and actively engaging in community meetups. By actively networking, they unveil doors to new investments, collaborations, and ventures that can significantly boost their financial standing. In the world of financial growth and success, Recognizing the power of relationships and networking can be the difference between stagnation and exponential growth. For those aiming for true financial success, the adage often rings true. Your network indeed is your net worth. 10. Not valuing time over money. Consider an individual caught in financial stagnation, endlessly exchanging hours for a fixed income, firmly rooted in the belief that hard, prolonged work is the only path to financial success. Such an approach often leaves them overworked and undervalued, with little time left for personal growth or exploration of other income-generating ventures. On the other hand, the financially astute prioritize their time as their most invaluable asset. They prioritize tasks aligned with their strengths and delegate, automate, or eliminate the rest. This approach frees time, allowing them to focus on tasks they're good at, leading to better work quality and potential financial gains. Financial wisdom is truly about valuing time over money, making every minute contribute to financial independence and prosperity. There you have it, the 10 distinct differences often observed between the habits of the rich and the poor. But remember, this isn't about casting blame or pointing fingers. It's all about recognizing patterns and behaviors to help us make better financial decisions. Before I wrap up, I've got a question for you all. Which of these habits do you think has the most impact on financial success? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're hungry for more insights, check out the video 12 Things Poor People Waste Their Money On, Insights by Warren Buffett, which is popping up on your screen right now. Every bit of knowledge counts towards a prosperous financial future. So until next time, stay savvy.